Hello everyone, welcome back. Severt is here, coming back with part 9 of What If Deku Had a Race. Now, where we last left off, Izuku, or right now we call him a race, was in a fight between him and Overhaul, and he managed to kill Overhaul after not deleting his quirk but cutting off his hands and stabbing him rapidly in his chest while laughing. And after that, he saw Eri and told her to go with Toga and Mirio because they are better people than him. And after that, Toga wanted to capture Izuku, saying in her mind, I can't let him leave, I need to capture him, and things like that. And all of the sudden, a black and yellow tentacles come out of her hands, going directly into a race, piercing through his chest, which make him look behind and delete Toga quirk for a little bit, because she is All Might's successor. And after that he leaves, and Toga and Mirio being in the hospital, Mirio getting his quirk erased because of the quirk canceling bullets. They are right now, All Might and another person come into the room. That person being Stain and Eraserhead and the chief of police and the detective come into the room. All Might telling Toga that Izuku might be still there. He might be being controlled by something else. And he right now trying to fight it, and we are trying to find a way to help him from the inside. As Toga hearing this, she get a little bit of hope for getting Izuku back into UA. And after that, they leave the room with Stain because they take Stain out of Tardress for helping in capturing Izuku. You know, quirks don't affect him, so we need someone with a strong body, and the word strong body can't even describe Stain very well. And now we cut into Toga that she right now sleeping. She suddenly wake up in a very black void, saying in her mind, where am I? Why the place is so dark? As she look at her right side, she see 7 figures standing by her side. As she said, who's those? Are these the... As she remember All Might, how he told her about how One for All being go from one to one person and from generation into generation. As she said, is those are the previous users of One for All? Has after that a woman wearing a black suit, having a black hair and a black suit, come into her saying, well, you are the 9, you are the successor, huh? As Toga looking at this saying, wait, I know this woman. This is Nana Shimura, All Might formal or my teacher, mentor or whatever. As Nana Shimura said, why are you here, girl? You seem very sad, huh? You can't describe it, huh? The person that you love the most has been turned villainous without even knowing the reason. Why did he turn into that, right? As Toga's surprised, as she said, trying to say that she want to help him, but she can't. Nana Shimura continues saying, well, you can't really talk here, huh? As she starts looking around saying, well, we don't have much time. Let me just tell you that quirk that you used is called Black Whip, and it's one of the quirks of the previous users of One for All. And more quirks will gonna appear inside your body, so have fun with this and make sure to use it very well. As Nana Shimura continues saying, and I wish you will be able to get your friend back as soon as possible. Well, see you soon, little girl. as all of the sudden Toga wakes up as he starts breathing heavily, looking at her hand where with the yellow lightning all around her as she said, "What was that? I need to talk with All Might about that." As she goes to talk with All Might about what happened, as she got into All Might office saying, "All Might, can I come in?" As All Might said, "Ah, Miss Toga, come in please. Is there something that you wish to tell me?" As Toga said, "Yes, there's something that I want to tell you. It's about One for All." As All Might said, "Yes, what about it?" As she told him about how she suddenly just shoot a black whip out of her hand, and how she talked with his former mentor Nana Shimura and everything, and how she told Toga that there is more quirks were gonna manifest in her body. As All Might said, "Huh, very interesting. Well, that's good to hear, and you need to train that ability. It might be useful to capture Izuku in the future." As Toga said, "Yes, I'm gonna go to training. And can you tell me where did the heroes are right now about the Izuku capturing thing?" As All Might take a deep breath, saying, "Izuku is really hard to find, and his body count's just getting higher and higher." As Toga looking down, tearing a little bit, saying, "But didn't Stain said there is a way to get him back by helping him from the inside?" As All Might said, "I really don't know how to do that, Toga, but we got Mandalay. Maybe she will gonna be able to help us with her talking quirk when she can, when she can talk with someone by her mind." As Toga said, "Yeah, that might be actually useful. Well, I'm gonna go to training right now." As All Might said, "Well, Toga, train well and don't train too hard on yourself, or you might just end up hurting yourself, understand?" As Toga said, "Yes." And after that she leave, and we cut into none the other our protagonist of this story, the villain and the hero, Izuku Midoriya, or Erase, as he right now sitting in a right now wearing his mask, which is this, and his right eye glowing through the mask for no good reason, just because I want it to glow. As he right now sitting on a little set in a big arena, and that arena is sitting in one of the chairs inside this big arena. And after that, as there is two people fight inside the arena, and after a little bit of minutes, one of them being dead, killed by the another, as the person that take care of the match is saying, "Well, the first match has been ended. The second round will be Rappa against Hood." As Erased stand up wearing his mask and his hood on his head, as Rappa finally got into the arena. And while Izuku is moving down, everyone's saying, "That kid, what he will do against Rappa. He's just, will gonna die." Well, put your, are you caring for a little bit of what they call it? What, I forgot what that called. Wait a second, guys. As everyone start betting on who will gonna win this match, Rappa or Hood. Of course, Izuku didn't give them his real name, which is Erase, the killing psychopath, or whatever they call him, as he goes down to the field and raising his fist in front of him as Rappa said, Kid, who are you? Am I really gonna fight you? Well, if I'm gonna fight you, then give me a real fight, understand? As Izuku just quiet, saying in his head, this guy is really gonna get fucked up, isn't he? What do you think, Izuku? As Izuku still all the chains all around his body, and he's just doesn't want to look or hear or feel anything, but he can't. He needs to see and hear and feel every single thing that Erase will do. As the guy start the match saying 3, 2, 1, go, go, go! As Rappa start throwing lots of punches like a fucking machine gun. As Erase just dodging all the punches left and right, left and right. As after that, he throw a punch at Rappa face, sending him back a little bit. As everyone's surprised, saying, "Whoa, that kid is really strong. Well, I'm gonna bet on him." As Rappa stand up saying, Kid, you're really strong. You know, this is the first time that anyone could ever hit me in the face. Normally, people will gonna die the first moment that I will gonna just throw my punches. Well, show me more what you got, kid. As he starts going, throwing more punches as Izuku still dodging it, as he said, pathetic. You calling yourself strong, while your punches can't even hurt me. I remember you. Aren't you one of Overhaul's goons? As Rappa said, yeah, that was before my boss being killed by that kid that called himself a race or whatever. But that's not important right now. I'm having fun in this fight. As he just continued throwing punches, and after that, Izuku catch one of his punches and break his hand. Rappa scream in pain. Ah, my hand! Kid, this is so interesting. You are so interesting. You are the best. Come on at me. As he continued throwing punches with his other hand, and everyone shocked. The person that taking care of the match saying, well, looks like Hood is taking care of Rappa. Well, as they see, big surprises come with a lots of small things. I don't know what did I just said. Let's just said, well, the big surprises sometimes come with the little things or whatever. As Izuku dodging Rappa punch and then catch his hand and give him a kick in his stomach. As Rappa fall on the ground saying, I'm not done yet. This is actually fun. I'm not done yet. As Hood, as we right now call him, give a kick into Rappa's face, making him fall on the ground. And after that said, well, you are done for good. And as he take down his mask in front of Rappa surprising, you are. As after that, Erase said, yes, and you are will be erased from this world. As he take 2 knives out of his hoodie jacket and then starts stabbing Rappa in his chest. Rappa screams in pain while Erase laughing. And everyone's surprised. After that, Izuku just done, and he made sure that no one saw his face because he wanted to kill every single one of the villains here in this tournament. As the guy said, well, Hood is the winner, Rappa is dead. As everyone's surprised saying, damn, that kid has actually killed Rappa. As they start, Izuku take his hood, mask on his face again and start walking up the stairs to sit in his place again. And all the villains, touching him from around, like saying, good job, kid, and things like that. Izuku is not phasing. And one of the villains tried to throw a punch at Izuku, saying that he's just a weakling and he's not compared to any of us. Izuku just throw a knife at his face and said, if anyone tried to throw a punch at me again while I am sitting in my seat, I will gonna kill him. as everyone stopped uh, saying, complimenting Izuku about his style and everything. And people that tried was thinking about killing Izuku while he's sitting, they just take this thought out of their heads. And after that, and after a couple of fights, Izuku finally got into the finals, and the person that, taking care of the matches said, well, the finals, Hood, we're gonna go against Dabi, as both of the warriors come into the ring. Warriors, the villains, let's just say that. As Dabi said, Hood, you are so strong. I have something to tell you. I didn't come here just to, having fun and burn people alive. I'm here for recruiting more members into the League of Villains. Are you caring for joining us? As Hood said, yeah, no. I'm more for killing you. Because the first this I'm caring for killing you, and this time it will be different. As Dubby said, killing me? This time will be different? What's this guy talking about? As the guy said, 3, 2, 1, begin! As Dobby starts shooting flames out of his hand at Hood. Hood just smashed right through the flames and got hold of Dobby's hand and throw him on the wall. Dobby right now is upside down on the wall as Izuku try to go through a kick in his stomach. Dobby just As Dobby, while he's upside down, he throw a very strong fire at Erase, which pushing him back into another wall, and then smoke engulf him. As after that, they see Hood on the ground with his face burned off and his hoodie jacket burned also. Only his t-shirt left, as the guy of the matches said, well, looks like that Dobby won the match. As everyone, before they start shouting, they hear oh, you never learn, don't you, Dobby? As Dobby, hearing just laughing through the smoke, as he said, what the? As Hood stand up with his, only his t-shirt because his hoodie jacket burned off and his mask has fall out of his face, revealing his true face being erased with his face burned off as he starts regenerating. And then he said, your flames are still so weak. Don't you try to train, That might help you. As the guy taking care of the match is saying, it's a race! Everyone, get out of here! As some villains start jumping in the ring saying, we will gonna kill this kid finally. And some other just run away because they know about what he did and what he will do. As Davi said, you again, how many times should I burn you alive so you learn to not mess with me? As Izuku said, oh, not mess with you? I thought that you are the one that should learn not to mess with me because, it's been like, I don't know, 3 times that you run away from me, or maybe 2. I don't remember actually. But anyways, if I should this time, I will gonna make sure that you will not gonna get out of here alive. As after that, the villains start rushing at Izuku. Dabi throwing his flames at Izuku and the villains because he don't give a shit about them. Izuku just going through his flames. He doesn't care about his flame. He loved the pain that he put himself through. But Izuku is just not having fun being burned alive. As Erase just using his knife and his scarf, just going all around, throwing punches, some villains in the chest, cutting some heads off, and stab some others. Some others just stab on their heads with his leg, and it's Dobby the only one left. As Ray said, "Well, Dobby, looks like you are alone. This time Mr. Compress is not here to help you, isn't he?" As Dobby said in his mind, "Shit, and I don't have my phone here. I can't call Kuriguri. I need to find a way." As Izuku starts going at Dabi, but before that, the ceiling of the place has been broken, revealing Hawks, Mirko, and Mandalay, Best Genus, and the other one would call Ryuku, the dragon hero. As Hawks said, "Villains, stop in your place." Heroes are surrounding this place. As he look around, he see nothing. He just see a bunch of dead bodies and blood on the ground, and see Dobby, the villain Dobby. And then he see in front of Dobby a kid with only a black t-shirt and a black uh, black pants with black shoes and with red eyes and black hair, and his body is covered in blood, smiling at Hawks. As Hawks said, it's Izuku Midoriya, the villain erase. Everyone, make sure to not get erased, and call Stain." As after that, the Mirko go to fight Izuku. Dabi you know, getting advantage of this situation, throwing a wall of fire at Izuku and then starts running away. As Izuku jumped through the wall of the fire, saying, "Come on, don't run away. Just let me kill you already. You know that in the end you will die." As Dabi has already left the place, and Izuku being left with the heroes. God damn it, are you guys happy now? You just made him leave. As Hawks go to throw, using his sword at Izuku, but his sword's not working. As when he was flying at Izuku, Izuku prepare a punch and punch him directly in his face, throwing him on a wall, saying, "Don't you remember my quirk? I can erase you. But the world needs a number one hero, so you can have your wings." But as he starts walking into Hawks with a knife in his hand, he said, "You can." Okay. As he walked into Hawks with a knife in his head, said, "But you will need to regenerate them first." And after that, Mirko come from behind, throwing a kick at Izuku's face, chopping his head off. As his body fall on the ground, Mirko said, "What the? That kid is..." As after that, Izuku starts regenerating a new head. As he said, "Ouch! It's really hurt to regenerate a new head." "Well, let's see. You are the rabbit bitch, aren't you, Mirko?" As Mirko said, "Who are you calling a rabbit bitch?" As she goes to throw another kick, Izuku catching the kick and break her leg, and then try to stab her. But before that, Ryuko come and using her tail by the dragon form of her, throwing Izuku on a wall. As Izuku split a little bit of blood. Mirko, I mean Ryuko, right? You are guys too similar, have quite the same name. I mean, Mirko, Ryuku. Are you friends or something? Oh, he remind me of my oldest friend, Kirishima. He was a fucking annoying about manly stuff. But we don't worry about him. Right now, you should worry on your lives. As he go to stab Mirko, Ryuku, as Ryuku suddenly transform back into her human form. But before Izuku could do that, something catches him from the leg. As he looked behind, seeing a little like blue strings wrap around his leg as he being thrown at, you know, the another wall, as he being thrown at another wall by none none other than Best Genius at as Ray said. So we have Best Genius, Mirko, Ryuku, and Hawks, and there is another one where it is, as right now Mandalay is just away telling everyone about Izuku next move or something, you know, being a support. Has Izuku stand up saying, "Well, guys, can you already die because I have more important work to do?" And as he go to Mir, Best Genius using his quirk, it tried to make a wall of, strings, but Izuku has already looked at him, which will gonna delete his quirk. As he go to slash him, but before that happens, something catches him from behind as he being thrown at into the sky, and after that he suddenly being chopped off into two halves as he fall on the ground. And after that we see Eraserhead and Stain standing with by the side of each other, as Stain said, "Well, when I heard that you finally find him, I come as fast as possible with Eraserhead." As Izuku starts regenerating out of his legs as he starts laughing. Ouch. You slashed me into two halves. This really hurts, As Izuku go to his dead half, the upper half of his body, and take his t-shirt and put it on. As he said, "Well, maybe I maybe I've been slashed into two halves, but I need something to cover my body." And you can't forget about these, as he show into Eraserhead the scarf around his hand, as Eraserhead said, "Midoriya, please stop what you're doing, whatever you are doing." And as Stain said, "Stop it. Yeah, Eraserhead, he's not Izuku, he's someone else." As Stain raises his sword in front of Izuku, as he said, "You, whoever you are, stop what you're doing with Midoriya, because I don't want to see a true hero turning into a stupid villain like you. So stop what you're doing before I kill you." As Erase said, "Ouch, that's a very strong thing from you to say, but aren't you supposed to be in Tartarus, or..." As he smiled and said, "Oh, I understand now. They used you, so, you have a very strong body, so people with quirks won't work on me, so they just got you out of Tartarus. Isn't that right? Isn't that right?" Eraserhead, smiling at Eraserhead with his face covered in blood and his body, as Eraserhead said, "Whatever you are, we will gonna get Midoriya back. So how about you give up?" As Izuku said, "Give up? But I already defeated like the number 1 and 2 and the number 1 villain in Japan. So I think I could take all of you out." As Stain said, "Well, we will see." As Stain go to slash Izuku in front of his face, from behind someone wrap his strings around Izuku body, which is Best Genius, and Stain was about to slash Izuku heads off, and he managed to do that, but Izuku body still moving as he throw punch into Stain chest, throwing him back. And after that, Izuku regenerate his head and got hold of the strings around his body, and jump at Best Genius, and then he got hold of him and stabbed him directly into his arm, as Best Genius screamed in pain. But Mirko come and kick Izuku in his guts, throwing him on another wall. Eraserhead wrap his scarf around Izuku and then smashing him into the ground behind of him, as Stain throw a punch of knife at Izuku, stabbing into his chest, as he right now on the ground with all the knife in his body, as all the heroes with Stain looking at him, as Stain said, "Come on already, give us Izuku back," as Race start laughing, saying, "You really think that I will gonna give up that easily?" "You are so wrong," as he starts taking the knives out of his body, as Stain in his mind said, "This guy, he's not giving up. Well, we need to make one thing. No, we need to understand one thing," as Stain said, "Now," as after that, Mandalay, using her quirk, start talking with Izuku, as she said, "Midoriya, are you there? Midoriya?" As Izuku in the mindscape, hearing someone's voice while all the chains around his body, as he said, "What the?" As he just hearing, "Midoriya, are you there? Tell us anything if you are there, so we can help you." As Izuku, when he recognized that sound, he said, "Please kill me already, please kill me already. Someone kill me. Don't, don't hold back on me. Just kill me, please. Just kill me. Mandalay, just kill me." As Mandalay surprised, as she told Stain, "He's there, but he's begging for you to kill him." As Stain surprising, "What? Is he really that person?" As after Erase get all the knives out of his body, he start laughing, saying, "So that was your plan, Stain, huh? Trying to find Izuku inside my mindscape. It's not really nice of you to get inside people's heads without permission. You know that, Mandalay?" As he look at Mandalay, which is right now has jumped down by the side of the other heroes and Stain, as Stain said, "Izuku, why are you wishing for yourself to die?" As Mandalay tried to ask Izuku that, but he's just begging for them to kill him. He doesn't care anymore. He just wants himself dead. As Erase said, "Oh, don't care about him. He will gonna just continue saying, 'Kill me, please.' I will gonna answer that." As he smiled and said, "Well, you see, while I am killing people and making all these horrible things at you," Hero said, "Izuku is forced to watch, hear, and feel everything that I do." As everyone getting surprised, as Eraserhead getting angry, saying, "You piece of..." As Stain put his hand in front of Eraserhead, as he said, "Calm down, Eraserhead. He's trying to trick you." Stain continues saying, "Well, I will gonna get him back, and you are gonna die." As he said, "Attack." And they start rushing at Izuku. Izuku looking at Eraserhead. Eraserhead tried to use his scarf to wrap it around Izuku, but Izuku dodging the scarf and got hold of it, and then tried to go for Eraserhead to punch him in the face, but Mirko come and kick Izuku in the back of his head, and Ryuko transforming into dragon crush Izuku under her feet, and Hawks come from behind throwing his feathers at Izuku, piercing through his body, while his regeneration just kicks in to heal him. Stain comes, starts slashing Izuku all around, and then Best Genius throw him on another wall. And after that, Izuku coughs saying, What's happening? As Eraser has said, Midoriya, is that you? As Izuku said, Where am I? The last thing that I remember is being with the League of Villains, and then everything just went black. As Eraser had go rushing at Izuku, as Stain said, No, Eraserhead, that's a trap! As Izuku smile and then go to stab Eraserhead in the eyes, with which is he managed to slash his right eye, giving him a scar under his eye. And before that happened, Hawks, using his two feather sword, cut Izuku hands, which is start regenerating, and he punched, Hawks in the face and got hold of his cloth and then spinning him around and ripped off his wings with his hand as he started laughing, saying, Well, let's see you try to fly very far away right now, little bird, bird. Let's see you try flying now. As Hawks on the ground with his wings ripped off, and then Stain come to throw a knife at Izuku. Izuku catching the knife and then throw it at Miriko. Miriko dodging it, but Izuku come and punch her in the face, throwing her on a wall. But before she could hit the wall, Izuku got hold of her leg and then start smashing her left and right above his head, left and right, just like Hulk did with Loki. And then he throw her at Ryuko. Ryuko catches her and Izuku go flying at Ryuko using his quirk. He can't stop it. Looking at Ryuko, which is right now a human, as he stab her in her side. And after that, Best Genius tried to capture Izuku, but Izuku dodging his, strings, and he starts cutting through them. But before that, Stain managed to push Best Genius out of the way, and then go to slash Izuku by jumping left and right. Izuku got into clash there. Izuku and Stain swords clash together. Izuku with his knife and Stain with his sword, slashing sword into knife. As Erase said, you need to see him. He's really being tortured while we were talking. Everything that we are seeing right now, everything that I see, he can see. Everything that I hear, he can hear. Anything that I feel, he can feel. Every time that you cut me in half, every time that I being burned, every time that you stab me and cut me and kick me, punch me, he all feeling it. You know what that means, Stain? As Stain trying to stay focused, saying in his mind, I can't stop from hurting his body, but I can make him come back to his senses. He's knowing that he can just stop Izuku or whatever this thing is from controlling Izuku if he didn't hurt him. As he say, I'm sorry Izuku, but I'll have to do it. As Izuku is just quiet, still crying, wishing for them to just kill him. As Mandalay tried to talk with Izuku, as she said, Izuku, tell if there's any ways that we could help you. As Izuku said, there's no way. The only way to help me is just from inside. But you won't help at all, so please, and I just begging you, just kill me. I don't want to see all this blood anymore. I don't want to see my master, my teacher Aizawa, being killed by my own hands. Please, just end my misery. As Mandalay tears a little bit, knowing that this kid is just, while looking at Izuku's body with the smile on his face, laughing rapidly, clashing with Stain, and he's just smiling and laughing with the blood on his body, as she tears a little bit, knowing that the real Izuku is being tortured and seeing all what's happened while they are talking. And after that, she said, start, taking everyone out. And after she managed to take everyone out, Izuku starts just lashing Stain. Stain getting tired, huffing and puffing. As Ray said, "What's wrong, Stain? Are you already tired? We just began. I didn't even start using my full power." you know, it's really helpful to be able to regenerate your limbs and body. All for One really did give me his strongest regeneration because I don't even feel tired yet. Isn't this fantastic? Stain, as he's smiling at Stain, as Stain hearing, in his little earpiece, earphone, in his ears, hearing Mandalay said, or Mandalay talking with him by her mind saying, Stain, I got everyone out. Get out of there. We can't fight him. I think I know the way to help him. As Stain said, good. As he throw a smoke grenade in front of him, and Izuku start coming, saying, "What is that for?" As he look left and right, he doesn't see anyone. As he said, God damn it! Why is they run away? Why everyone running away? I'm not that scary." Damn it! As Izuku looking left and right, seeing all the dead bodies of the villains, not of the heroes. He see the cut off wings of, you know, what was his name? Hawks, and some other things. As he said, well, the wings of Hawks will be a good trophy in my little hideout. As he take his mask, his couple of knives that he throw away, and his burned off jacket, just to buy something similar to his, or to find someone in the street killing him and then just take his jacket. And after that, we cut off into UA, Mirako, Ryuku, Hawks, Eraserhead, Stain, Best Genist, and Mandalay, all just very tired and very hurts. As Eraserhead said, I'm sorry everyone, it was stupid of me believing that Izuku was still there. As Stain said, you're not wrong, he's still there. Mandalay told me that he's right now was watching and hearing and feeling everything we were doing to him. As Eraserhead, knowing what that mean. That mean that Izuku was feeling the pain that he was being going through by being beaten up and cut off and things like that. As Eraserhead said, damn it. As Stain said, don't worry, Eraserhead. We will gonna get him back, no matter the cost. As Eraserhead said, you really want him back, don't you? As Stain said, of course I want him back. I can't let a true hero being gone like this, rapidly killing villains and true heroes, so I need to stop him from destroying what I am trying to build. And after that, they in the hospital of UA, Stain meet up with go into the office of All Might and Nezu, and with Eraserhead and Toga were there. As Stain said, well, All Might, I have some new information. As All Might said, well, what is it? As Stain told him what happened in the fight and everything, as All Might said, God damn it. Well, did we know anything new? As Mandalay come into the room saying, well, Izuku is still there somewhere. As Toga said, really? Is he still there? Is there a way to get him back? As Stain said, calm down, Toga. The, as Mandalay told me, Izuku is still there, but he can't help himself to get out. He need the help from the inside. As um, Nezu said, help from the inside. And do you have any idea, Mr. Stain? As Stain said, no. I don't know any way to help him from the inside. Well, that if we don't have a hero with a possessed quirk or something like that to go inside other people's bodies, I don't see any way to help him. As he told how Izuku was just bleeding for them to die, Toga getting sad a little bit as All Might said, damn it. While we are talking, he's just being tortured. This is just making me feel even bad. As he put his hand on his face, As Stain said, it's not your fault, All Might. Sometimes people that have a heroic nature inside them, just their quirks make them do things they don't want to do. As All Might understand what Stain trying to say, as Toga said, well, we need to help him by any way. As Stain said, right now I don't see any way of helping him other than just killing him. As All Might said, well, I can also agree with that, but how we can kill him? He have a very strong regeneration quirk that took it from All for One. As Stain said, well, we can obliterate his whole body, or maybe cut his limbs and put every part in the chest alone. As Toga said, this is just terrible. You are not helping by just putting his parts inside lots of boxes. As Stain said, I don't see any other way to help him than this. If you have an idea, then tell me. As Toga looking down, as she suddenly remembers something, as she said, All Might, I think I have an idea to get Izuku back. As everyone looks at her, as All Might said, what's your idea, Miss Toga? As Toga said, well, I'll have to tell them about the thing. As All Might understand, she want to tell them about One for All. As he said, well, if you have any idea to help Midoriya, then I'm ready to let you tell everyone. As she start talking about One for All with Stain and Eraserhead and Nezu. Those people are knowing those things, but Stain not. And Mandalay has already left the room. As Stain said, well, what about One for All? And you are all my successor, huh? Then you must be a true hero. Anyways, what we get used of this information? As Toga said, well, last night, I was talking with All Might former leader or master, which is called Nana Shimura. So she told me that she can have about other quirks that will gonna be inside my body. So I think that we can use her. As Stain said, how we exactly can use help out of her and the others of One for All, the other successors of One for All. As Toga said, you just said that Izuku need the help from the inside. So, as All Might eyes whiting saying, Toga, you know what that means, right? You are not serious, as Toga said. But I am serious. I know this might be very dangerous and we might be just making him even more stronger, but this might be our only chance to get him back, as Stain said. So you mean, as Toga said, yes. If I gave him one for all, maybe he will get help from the other uh, seven uh, people inside one for all to help him. As Stain eyes whiting, saying, "You know how much dangerous this is, right? If you gave him one for all, then he will just gonna be unstoppable. The power of one for all and regeneration. His limbs will not be able to break because he will just gonna regenerate them every single time. And his quirks will gonna be even getting even stronger, as you said that all for one for all enhanced other quirks. So he might be even become immortal by this. Toga, you are asking us for a suicide mission right now." As Toga said, "I know, but I don't know any other way. If we can help him." As All Might said, "Well, Toga, if that's what you wish to do, then I am agreeing on that." As Stain surprised, saying, "What? All Might, you know how dangerous this is, right?" As All Might look at him very seriously, saying, "I know that, Stain, but Toga has I already has trusted Toga with my power, and I trust her on her decisions right now. So, if that means that we will gonna be able to get Midoriya back on our side, and to stopping him from being tortured while we are talking, then I am on with this idea. How about you, Mr. Eraserhead?" As Eraserhead said, "I'm on it. I really think that's a very dangerous and stupid idea, but if that means that I will gonna get my student back, then I will gonna agree on that." As Stain said, "Alright, I'm also agreeing on that, but how do you plan to give Izuku one for all?" As Toga said, "Well, I will gonna use my blood and put it inside needles, and then we will gonna force it into him." As Stain said, "Good idea. But you should talk with your little successors of One for All, telling him on tell them about the plan, because without them, the plan will be just a very stupid plan, and we're all gonna die." As Toga said, "Yes." As she said, "But I really don't know how to do that." As Stain said, "I know how to help you." As Stain come from behind Toga and knock her off. As All Might said, "What did you did, Stain?" As Stain said, "I knocked her off so she can talk with them. Isn't that the way that she told us that she was talking to them when she was asleep?" As All Might said, "Okay, Stain, just let's wait." And after that, Toga wakes up in the same place, but with her whole body she can talk and everything. As she said, well, that was hurt, but anyways." As she see the sevens in front of her while they are sitting on chairs. As Nana Shimura said, "Oh, Toga, why are you here?" As Toga said, I have a very important thing I want to ask you." As Nana Shimura said, "Oh, is it about that kid that you love?" As Toga blushes a little bit as she said, not exactly, but yes, I need your help." As Nana Shimura said, "Well, how should we help you, Toga?" as she told them about the plan and everything. As the guy with you know, the black whip quirk said, "That's a very stupid plan. If you gave him one for all and we couldn't help him, then we this world will be destroyed." As the Nana Shimura said, "Yeah, but we are seven and Izuku is nine, so I mean eight. We will be eight against one, so I think we will be able to defeat him." As they start talking to each other, as a guy with the white hair said, "Stop." As Toga looking at this is the guy, the first person that ever used one for all. As he said, "Toga, you are the successor of one for all." As the first user of one for all said, "Toga, you are right now asking us of giving our power into someone that he might be able to destroy the world. Someone that he might, I would even compare him into dangerous, even dangerous than my brother. And you telling us about this suicide plan of yours." As Toga looking down saying, "I know it's much to ask, but this is the only way that I could help him." As she looking at him with a very determined look on her face. As the first user said, "How much do you trust Midoriya?" As Toga said, "What?" As the first user said, "How much do you trust him?" As Toga looking down and then look up saying, "I trust him with my life as long as he can. He was always so determined on doing the right thing, and I know as long as he can breathe, he's still fighting every second of it. I know that he will gonna be able to get free if you just help him. So I'm begging you, if that's if you are agreeing on this plan to help him the moment that you see him, please." As the first one spin around and said, "Everyone, let's make a vote." As in the user of Black Web said, "You are not serious, aren't you?" As the first one said, "I'm serious. Let's make a vote. Who is want to help Toga and to do her plan? Let's raise his hand up." As the first user and Toga, Nana Shimura, the fifth user of One for All, and the fourth raises their hands up. As he said, "Well, and the people that are not agreeing on these plans," as the seven, the fifth, and the third, and the second just raises his hand up, their hands up, and I actually forgot how much against how much. Let's just say that the first said, "Well, looks like we are gonna do your plan, Miss Toga." As Toga smiled and said, thank you very much." As the first user said, "Don't don't mess this up, understand?" As Toga said, "Of course, I won't mess this up." As she continued telling about the plan, how she will gonna inject her blood inside Izuku to, give him forcibly give him one for all, and how they should help him the moment they see him and things like that. As everyone hearing these plans, it's quite a suicide plan, but it's the same time it's quite smart. As Nana Shimura said, "Well, then Toga, we will help you, and we will gonna use all what we can use of our power to help Izuku." As she thanks them, and then she wake up. As she said, where am I?" As All Might and, raise her head, and Stain's still there. As Stain said, "Well, I didn't expect you to go for a couple of seconds. As Toga said, a couple of seconds? I was there for like hours. As All Might said, well, you've been here for like 1 minute or maybe less. Maybe it's just a time skip or whatever. Well, what did they say? As Toga said, they agreed on the plan. And she told them about the other things and everything. As All Might said, well then, it's settled then. We will gonna do this plan tomorrow. As Dane agreeing and everyone agreeing, and Toga saying in her mind, Izuku, if you're hearing me, I will gonna save you. We will gonna help you no matter what. As Izuku right now is still with a lots of, chains around his body and his head just looking down. As he said, why am I born like this? Why can I? He stopped. Please, if anyone hearing me, just kill me or help me, please. Anyone. Just I can't take it anymore. I wish that someone will hear me, even if they can't see me. My mom, I'm really sorry for putting you through all of this. I'm really sorry. And this is where I'm gonna leave it off, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below. What do you think about this part? And what do you think will gonna happen in the next part? And do you think Toga plan will gonna work out, or are they gonna just make a fucking moving demon on the earth? Well, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below, and I have nothing more to say than Severed was here.